Good morning. Happy Thursday. All right, let's go ahead and get started by logging on to starfall.com. And then once you're on there, go ahead and make your way to our calendar. Okay, and then once you see that big play button in the center of the page, go ahead and press play.
Yippee!
It's May 2020.
Let's make a calendar.
Okay, and then once you see that green sparkly arrow in the bottom right corner up here, go ahead and press that arrow. And we'll do the days of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so
What day of the week is it today?
what day of the week is it today? And we just talked about it, and it's also highlighted in gold for you at the top. It is Thursday.
Great job!
Today is Thursday, May 28th, 2020. Okay, and then once you see that green arrow, go ahead and press that green arrow. And now we can
Fill in the missing day and date.
fill in the missing day and date. So we just talked about how it's Thursday. So let's go ahead and drag Thursday to the top where that empty blue rectangle is.
Thursday.
And then yesterday was the 27th. So that means today is the 28th. So go ahead and drag 28 over to that empty blue square.
28. Great job!
All right, and then once you get that missing day and date filled in, go ahead and press that green arrow in the bottom right corner. And now we can
Mark any special days this month.
mark any special days this month. Okay, so we started off this month with 2 holidays in one day. I'm looking at Tuesday, May 5th, 2020. That was Cinco de Mayo, meaning the 5th of May in Spanish. And then this day is celebrated because at the Battle of Puebla in Mexico, the French army was trying to invade Mexico and take over that area within their country. And even though the Mexican army was outnumbered, they still won the battle and prevented the French from invading and taking over land that is not theirs. So let's go ahead and add a smiley face to Tuesday, May 5th, 2020, because that was Cinco de Mayo. It was also Teacher's Day or Teacher Appreciation Day. Remember we talked about how that first week of May is Teacher Appreciation Week, and then the Tuesday of that week is Teacher Appreciation Day. So we can add some stars to Tuesday, May 5th, 2020 as well, because that was Teacher's Day. And then while we're in this first week, let's go ahead and add some stars to mark Teacher Appreciation Week. So we can do Monday, May 4th. There's already Tuesday, May 5th. So Wednesday, May 6th. Thursday, May 7th. And Friday, May 8th. All right, and then the weekend after Teacher Appreciation Week, so Sunday, May 10th, 2020, that was Mother's Day. And while we should appreciate the mother-like figures in our lives every day, hopefully you got to do something special for those people on actual Mother's Day. So let's go ahead and add a smiley face to Sunday, May 10th, 2020, because that was Mother's Day. And then there was no holidays that week after Mother's Day, but the following week or last week on Monday, May 18th, 2020, that was a holiday in Canada, which is the country, remember, that borders the northern part of our country, the United States. and it was Victoria Day. And so this is the day where they remember Queen Victoria, who was queen for over 63 years. And then it also marks the beginning of summer in Canada. So let's go ahead and add a smiley face to Monday, May 18th, 2020, because that was Victoria Day. And then we can go ahead and jump forward a week, or last Monday, the Monday that just happened, that was Memorial Day. And on Memorial Day, we remember those who have died fighting for our country in the military. And then also, people take the time to kind of thank the people who are currently serving in our military. So we can go ahead and add a smiley face to Monday, May 25th, 2020, because that was Memorial Day. And then we can also add some stars to Monday, May 25th, because that was a no school day. So we had a nice long weekend this weekend. So I'm adding some stars to Monday, May 25th as well. Okay, and then we have 2 birthdays this month. So we celebrated with each other last week for, ready, January, February, March, April, May. And on the 21st was Adam's birthday. So we celebrated during our Zoom chat last week, last Thursday. So last Thursday, May 21st, 2020, was Adam's 13th birthday. And that was a lot of fun celebrating with Adam and those of us who could join. So let's go ahead and add a slice of birthday cake to Thursday, May 21st, 2020, because that was Adam's 13th birthday. And then we have a birthday tomorrow, and it will be my birthday. So let's go ahead and add a slice of birthday cake to Friday, May 29th, 2020, because that will be my 26th birthday. All right, so I have went ahead and marked all the special days that I'm going to mark this month, but you can continue to mark whatever special days you would like to mark. But once you're done, go ahead and press that green arrow in the bottom right corner. And now I can
Choose a picture for your calendar.
choose a picture for my calendar. So I think I am going to pick that picture of the girl reading a book in the park. So looks like that. But you can pick whatever picture you would like to pick. And then once you have your picture chosen, go ahead and hit that green arrow in the bottom right corner one more time. And hooray! So we finished calendar. Let's go ahead and now transition to our weather. So let's go. Let's type in Chico weather up at the top into Google, and then remember we're only using this first bit of information here. So let's check out what our temperature is going to look like today. So we'll go ahead and make a blue rectangle around temperature. And then while we're on here, let's go ahead and make that blue box around Thursday. Right there. And I'm going to draw it out for you. So we have our blue box. And then THU, which is short for Thursday. The type of weather we're going to have today, which is just a sun. And then I see 2 temperatures. I see 103 and 69. Okay, so if you have your blue box around Thursday, it should look like this. So imagine this is a blue box. Thursday, the THU, which is short for Thursday, the type of weather we're going to have today. And then one of these will be our highest expected temperature, and the other will be our lowest expected temperature. So you might remember from yesterday, which one of these is going to be our highest expected temperature, 103 or 69 degrees? And you guessed it. So 103 or 103 is our highest expected temperature. And remember, we kind of talked about this yesterday during our morning meeting. Ow. So our scale only goes up to 100. So we have broken the scale. So this was the 100 mark line, right? So I'm just gonna, this is about 3 spaces to the top. So we're at the very top of our scale. So we are in the very hot range, temperature range. So it will be very hot today. Okay, so if 103 is our highest expected temperature, that means that 69 degrees is our lowest expected temperature. So let's go ahead and see where that falls. So we can find 69 easily by finding 70, which is marked for us, and then just dropping down 1 or subtracting 1, because 70 minus 1 is 69. So we're going to go down 1, and we are in that cool temperature range. So it will thankfully be cooler tonight. All right. So my next question is, what type of weather are we supposed to have today if this is our weather picture? And you guessed it, it is going to be sunny. So it will be sunny and very hot today. So make sure if you go outside, put on your sunscreen, because you will most likely get some sunburn if you're outside for too long in this weather, since there will be no clouds to block any of that, the ultraviolet rays, which are the energy from the sun that burn our skin. So, wear sunscreen. I know I'm going to put on some sunscreen today because I'm very light, fair-skinned, and I burn very easily. Okay, so let's go ahead now and check out what our chances of precipitation are today. So we're going to go ahead and make a blue rectangle around precipitation right here. So we just did temperature, we're on precipitation, and you'll know you're there once you see our blue line. And what do we notice about our blue line? Yeah, it's straight across or stable. So that usually tells us that we are not going to get any precipitation today. And I'm looking up at the sky and don't see any clouds either. So we probably won't, but let's double check up at the top right here where it says precipitation, humidity, and wind. We're going to look at precipitation and see what percentage is after the word precipitation. So we have precipitation, precipitation, and 0%. So our blue line is correct. So we have a 0% chance of precipitation today, and that also makes sense since there's no clouds in the sky, and that's what holds our weather or our precipitation. Okay, so let's check out what kind of wind we're going to have today. Hopefully we'll get a little breeze. Oh, well, we might not. So check out, let's make that blue rectangle around wind right here. And you'll know you're there once you see those arrows with the different wind speeds on the top. And to find our average wind speed, we're going to go ahead and look up at the top right here where we just looked at precipitation, ignore humidity, and we're going to look at wind and see what speed our average wind speed will be today. So WIND, just how you spell wind, and then 4 mph, or our average wind speed will be 4 miles per hour. So that is a very light breeze, and I've been outside already and I barely felt the wind. So I'm looking outside and the leaves are barely dancing. They're kind of going like this, and that makes sense because 4 miles per hour is not a very high speed. So we unfortunately will not get too much wind to even cool us down today, to break up some of that heat. But so just make sure you stay in the shade if you can, and like I said, wear sunscreen and drink lots of water. The more you sweat, the more water that you need, because when you sweat, that's taking the water out of your body, so you need to replenish your body by putting in more water. So drink water, wear sunscreen, and be safe. Okay, so let's go ahead and now compare today, Thursday's temperature, to tomorrow, Friday's temperature, or weather, I should say. And so let's go ahead and make a blue box around Friday. And as usual, I'm going to draw that out for you. So we have our blue box, and then FRI, which is short for Friday, the type of weather we're going to have. And we have seen this weather picture very many times. It's that sun partly covered by some clouds. And then I see two temperatures. I see 93 degrees and 60 degrees. Okay, so if you have your blue box around Friday, here's our blue box. FRI, which is short for Friday, the type of weather we're supposed to have, and one of these will be our highest expected temperature tomorrow and our lowest expected temperature tomorrow. So we're only going to look at our highest expected temperature. So which one of these temperatures will be our highest? 93 degrees or 60 degrees? And you probably guessed it. It is 93. So let's check out where that falls on our scale. So we can find 93 two ways. We can go 90 and add 3, because 90 plus 3 is 93. Or we can go to 95 and subtract 2, because 95 minus 2 is 93. So I think I'm going to go to 95 and subtract 2. So 1, 2. And we are right here. So it will be hot tomorrow as well, but not as hot as today. All right. And then my next question is, what type of weather are we supposed to have if this is our weather picture? And I am sure that you all guessed it, because this is like the only weather we've been having. Partly cloudy. So it will be partly cloudy tomorrow. All right, so now that we've kind of checked out what our weather is going to look like for tomorrow, Friday, and then we know today's weather, Thursday, let's go ahead and write it as if we were in the class. So today will be a high of 103 and sunny. Tomorrow will be a high of 96 degrees. Oops, not 96, my bad. 93 degrees and partly cloudy. Okay, so here we go. Today, a high of 103 and sunny. Tomorrow, a high of 93 and partly cloudy. So there we go. All right. Okay, so that is all that I am going to look at for the weather today, but you can continue to mark whatever special weather that you would like to check out. Sorry, I was reading, we actually have an excessive heat warning because it's been so hot. So it says at the bottom, hold on. Ready? So underneath here says right here, so it says excessive heat warning. So I'm going to click on that really quick and just to see more info about it. And it says the National Weather Service, so the people who tell us our weather, an excessive heat warning remains in effect until 7 p.m. this evening. So they're basically saying that it will be very, very hot up until 7 p.m. Tonight, which makes sense because today's 103 and that broke our temperature scale. So, and they're just letting you know that you need to be careful if you do go outside because you can get heat-related illnesses like heat exhaustion or heat stroke. If you're outside for too long. That'll only happen if you're outside for a long time in the heat and you don't drink any water and you're not careful. So just make sure that if you do go outside, like I said, it says recommendations, drink plenty of fluids, so drink lots of water. They say stay inside in an air-conditioned room if you can or in front of a fan. Stay out of the sun, so if you do go outside, stay in the shade. And then just take extra precautions if you're outside and try not to do any super heavy exercise or anything outside today, at least until this warning is gone. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go to our social story part of our morning meeting. And let me go ahead and pull this up. So, here we go. So we talked yesterday about asking for help at, in school, or like I said, it could be, you can be asking for help at home since you're doing your schoolwork at home. So today I also said we're going to continue that theme, and talk about, where is it? Staying on task at school. Okay, so this can be also translated to home since you're working on your schoolwork at home. So imagine this is like staying on task at home. All right, so staying on task at school. My school is called Farmville Junior High. I am in room 24 where Miss Elwood is my teacher. Every morning we have morning meeting and go over the day's schedule. At different times during my day, I work at my desk. Sometimes I work alone and sometimes I work with a grown-up or a partner. When I am doing work at school, it is my job to stay on task. Or doing work at home, it's your job to stay on task at home. Staying on task means keeping focused on the work that I am doing. Staying on task also means trying my best even when something feels hard. I know that's difficult for a lot of us. Sometimes staying on task is tricky because other things distract me. When I find myself getting distracted by something else in room 24, I can say to myself, back on track. These words remind me to look back at my notebook and go back to what I'm supposed to be doing. So this could be like you're at home. If you find something at home that is distracting to you, you can remind yourself to stay on track and then look back at whatever notebook or worksheet that you're doing. Sometimes staying on task is tricky because the work is really hard. So I know this is also relatable to some of us because some of our work is challenging, and that's a good thing because if it wasn't challenging, you wouldn't be learning anymore. But here's what you can do if the work is hard. So when the work is hard and I do not want to do it, I can take a deep breath and say, give it a try. This reminds me to try my best even if I make mistakes. When the work still feels really hard, I can ask a grown-up for help. After I stay on task for a long time, I feel proud of myself. I feel excited because I learned something new, and I know that Miss Elwood will be pleased with me. So, same with your parents. So, it's your job. This story made some good points. It's your job to stay on task at home. And so, in order to stay on task, remember, you can remind yourself to get back on track and then refocus on whatever you're working on. And then if something is really hard, you can give it a try first instead of just complaining right away or saying, Mom and Dad or whoever's helping you, this is too hard, I can't do it. Instead of doing that, give it a try and then try your best. And even if you did try your best and you made a mistake, that's great because you still tried. But if it still feels really hard, then you can ask whatever grown-up is helping you for help. And when you stay on task, I know that it helps us all feel really proud. You'll feel proud of yourself, and I'll feel proud of you because you were staying on task and you did it by yourself. And this helps you learn new things, which is exciting and important. And the whole point of doing a task is to learn new things. So this was a kind of short and sweet story, but I'm going to put it on some Google Slides for you like I normally do. And then I will post this on our Google Classroom. So this concludes our morning meeting today, but I hope that I will talk to you during our Zoom meeting today. If not, we will chat tomorrow. Be looking forward to the mystery bag tomorrow. I'm looking forward to my birthday tomorrow. And like I said, if you go outside today, please, please, please don't do any excessive or super strenuous exercise or anything. Stay in the shade, wear sunscreen, drink lots of water, and take breaks with coming back inside to cool off. Because I don't want anything heat related to happen to you, because that would not be good, and we can do things to prevent that. So I hope that you all have a beautiful Thursday. Stay safe, and we will chat again soon.